and welcome to my channel. My name's Ali and this here is Saturn. In this video I'm going to go through everything you need for a chinchilla. You are going to need a cage for your chinchilla, as chinchillas are not animals that can be free roamed. Roaming has to be strictly supervised. There are many differing opinions on the type and size of cage. Some breeders say smaller cages are best because in the wild chinchillas live in burrows, so feel more safe in a small confined space. However, I personally believe the bigger the cage the better, as a safe environment can still be achieved with a larger cage by giving your chinchilla plenty of hides to retreat into. This allows the chinchillas to hide away when they want to and also have the option of plenty of space when they're active. A double critination size cage is ideal for 1 or 2 chinchillas. You need to supply lots of wooden ledges for your chinchilla's cage, ideally of different shapes and sizes. These will allow your chinchilla to leap and jump, which is how they would typically move around in the wild. You can buy pre-made chinchilla ledges for your chinchilla, or you can make them yourselves. The wood needs to be kiln-dried wood. Kiln-dried pine is ideal. Do not use cedar or other dark woods, as these can be toxic for your chinchilla. Your chinchilla needs hides. This can be as simple as a wooden nesting box made from safe wood, hammocks, metal tunnels. These are all good options for hides for your chinchilla. Enrichment. Safe chinchilla toys are really important. They don't have to be expensive. Simple things like safe wooden blocks, willow sticks, apple sticks, hazel sticks and hanging wooden toys will all make ideal enrichment for your chinchilla. Bedding. If you have a cage with a plastic base, you would need to use fleece liners, as all plastic in a cage needs to be covered to prevent the chinchilla from chewing the plastic. Plastic can be dangerous for chinchillas. If you have metal pans, you have a few more options available to you. You can use fleece, you can use kiln-dried wood shavings or aspen. All of these work really well. Avoid paper-based bedding, because chinchillas, if they do ingest the bedding, it can lead to impaction and possibly death. Although a chinchilla may never try and chew their bedding, it's just not worth the risk of putting something that could potentially be dangerous for your chinchilla in the cage. Ceramic food bowls are great as they're heavy and your chinchilla is unlikely to be able to turn them over. I personally have metal hoppers that are attached to my cage. One rule is to avoid plastic bowls, as these can be dangerous for your chinchilla. Chinchillas need a water bottle, no water dishes or bowls. Unlike rabbits that need water bowls, chinchillas really do need bottles. The reason for this is that it's best to keep your chinchilla as dry as possible, as if your chinchilla gets wet, it can have some adverse effects on your chinchilla's health. Now, with bottles, glass is always preferable because plastic they can chew on. Now, if I use plastic bottles, what I generally do is I put a wire guard around the plastic so that they cannot chew it. But wherever possible, try and get a glass bottle. Hay racks and holders. These can be made of fleece wood. These typically will keep your chinchilla's cage a little bit tidier and cause less mess because the hay is all in one place. They're not essential, but it's a good to have if you want to keep your chinchilla's cage a little bit tidier. Wheels. Now, this is a controversial one. Many people say that wills are an absolute necessity and you have to provide your chinchilla with a will, whereas others may look at the research and the scientific evidence and decide that a will may not be the best way for your chinchilla to get exercise. Wills are great for mice, hamsters and rats because their bodies are designed to run in a continuous motion. However, chinchilla's locomotion is quite different from mice, rats and hamsters and is more suited to hopping and jumping. So running in a continuous motion on a wheel could potentially cause some long-term health problems for a chinchilla. Don't get me wrong, there are lots and lots of pros to having a will, but there are also some cons. So I would encourage everyone to do their own research and decide whether you want to give your chinchilla a will or not. But what I wanted to say is that you're not a bad owner if you decide to give your chinchilla a will, and you're not a bad owner either if you decide not to. But if you do get a will for your chinchilla, you must be aware that almost all wills in pet shops are not safe for chinchillas. They are too small and are made of plastic. Yes, even the ones that say on the label that they are suitable for chinchillas are actually not. Chinchillas need at a minimum a 15-inch will, with 16 inches being better. And it needs to be of solid construction with no plastic. In the UK, I would say there's only one type of will that is particularly suitable for a chinchilla, and that is a Tic Tac will, which you can find online on their websites. In the US, I think you do have a few more options and a few more companies that produce really high quality chinchilla safe wills. But what I would say is avoid the pet shop plastic wheels. These are no good for chinchillas. They're far too small and can cause all kinds of health problems with your chinchilla. Dust bath. Literally a container that they can use to roll in dust. I personally use metal catering trays and fill them up with dust. You can use any type of bowl as long as it's big enough for the chinchilla to roll around in. Many pet shops do sell custom chinchilla dust baths, which are absolutely fine for chinchillas. A litter tray. Now, chinchillas can't really be litter trained for poop. They will poop wherever they want. But in terms of where they wee, yes, you can litter train them. And they tend to wee in the same spot all the time. So once you know where they're going, you can put a litter tray there. And hopefully they will use the litter tray rather than the rest of your cage, which can be handy if you've got fleece as a bedding. Aircon. If you don't have aircon in your home, but it can get hot in the summertime, I'm talking to the UK people here. Please invest in a portable aircon unit. I know our summers are a flash in the pan and only last about 2 weeks, and this year particularly a bad summer. It might seem short to us, but it only takes one hot day to kill a chinchilla. Look at only a couple of years ago when we had temperatures reaching over 40 degrees Celsius. Even people with aircon on those days were struggling to keep their chinchillas cool. It only takes one day of hot weather to be fatal for your chinchilla. So if you're going to get a chinchilla, it is something you are going to need to invest in. Now, you can get aircon units off season, which makes it cheaper for you. But yeah, you really do need to invest in it if you want to own chinchillas. Food. Your chinchilla is going to need food, and plain pellets are the best. There are a lot of great pellet brands out there that are easily available. Things like Science Selective, Oxbow, the Red Bag, Burgess, Even Pets at Home own brand chinchilla pellets are absolutely fine for them, but I would avoid muesli based food like Charlie chinchillas or farm food pellets, ones that have lots of extra stuff added and it's just not plain pellets. Just stick to plain pellets wherever possible. Next, you want some Timothy hay. Timothy hay is the best form of hay to give your chinchilla, and they need to have access to that every day. Treats. These should be given sparingly. The best treats are often dried leaves and flowers and herbs. I have a whole video dedicated to treats, so yeah, take a look at that. But I would avoid nuts, fruits and seeds because these are very, very unhealthy for your chinchilla. Dust. Chinchillas' dust is essential. It's how they bath and keep their fur clean. The finer the dust, the better really, but you can buy chinchilla dust from most pet stores and it should be fine for your chinchillas. You're going to need some cleaning equipment, a dustpan and brush, animal safe disinfectant to clean your cage and the food bowls, bottle brush cleaner to clean your water bottles. To make life easier, you might want to invest in a handheld vacuum cleaner. This makes it much easier when it comes to cleaning in and around the cage. But yeah, you need all these things to be able to clean your cage effectively and to keep your chinchilla cage nice and clean and sanitized. First aid kit. Now this isn't a substitute for vet care at all. If your chinchilla's unwell, take them to your vet. But I just like to have a few things around my house in case of emergencies. My first aid kit consists of antiseptic cream / blue coat, gas drops, just in case your chinchilla develops bloat. Critical care. I always have a pouch of critical care at home just in case my chinchilla for whatever reason stops eating. I can syringe feed them until I get to a vet. Athlete's foot powder or sulphur powder just in case my chinchilla develops ringworm. Lastly, it's time to get the chinchillas. Ideally, you'd want to get 2 chinchillas of the same sex. So don't get mixed sexed chinchillas, so a male and a female, unless you're intending to breed with them. So yeah, either get 2 males or 2 females. And yeah, enjoy your time with your chinchillas. I hope this video has been helpful and I will see you in another one soon. Goodbye for now.